So the other day, there was a striking headline in the Metro, Britain's most circulated free-sheet tabloid newspaper. Singer arrested over vile remarks made on GB News. Sounds dramatic, doesn't it? And reading the article, I soon realised this was an interview that took place on my show, Free Speech Nation. Hang on, I thought to myself, vile remarks? I don't remember that. It doesn't really fit with the tone of my show. And if a guest were to have made vile remarks, I would have surely challenged them on it. Well, this was an interview with singer Louise Distress, who has faced cancellation in the music industry because she had the temerity to express her opinions. So let's hear what she had to say. Prepare yourself, this is going to be vile.
Talking about my music and talking about my own life meant being able to talk about being a woman. And nowadays, everyone's asking, well, what is a woman? And everything in my life starts with me being a woman, and being a woman's an adult human female, right? So I stated this radical biological fact in an interview in May this year, and since then, the music industry's just shut its doors on me.
Well, there must be some mistake because there were no vile remarks there. And I rewatched the whole interview just to check that I hadn't temporarily slipped into another dimension and missed the bit where Louise started spouting hate and vitriol. But no, there was nothing that any honest person could possibly classify as vile stated during the whole course of that interview. So, what is the Metro playing at? Why make a palpably false claim in the headline? Now, I'm not going to comment on Louise's arrest by police because I don't know the full details. But I am interested in the way that her perfectly reasonable views are being misrepresented in the media, and why the Metro, in particular, has used this as an opportunity to bash GB News. Even its own article doesn't quote any so-called vile remarks. It just makes this bold and inaccurate assertion in the headline. And this is meant to be a news story, remember, not an opinion piece. Now, my feeling is that it was probably the sub-editors doing, because journalists rarely write the headlines themselves. But of course, it does reveal something about the editorial bias of the publication and how it has been so ideologically captured. By way of example, let's take a look at this opinion piece by Cameron Clark, head of platforms social and communities at Metro, from April of this year. The article shamelessly smears Graham Linehan and J.K. Rowling, misrepresenting their views in a way that makes it clear that Clark hasn't taken the time to read what they've actually said. Clark states that Linehan and Rowling are allied with, quote, anti-trans groups, which is an outright lie, and describes their views as extreme, claiming they've both been radicalised. What are these extreme views? Well, they're pretty much in line with the views of Louise Distress, that there are two sexes, that the recognition of biological sex is important to maintain the rights of women and gay people, and that gay and autistic and gender non-conforming children shouldn't be medicalised and put on a pathway to surgical correction. These are the views that the overwhelming majority of people hold. So really, who has been radicalised here? Graham Linehan and J.K. Rowling, who are expressing the views held by most people in the country and who maintain a decent liberal stance on human rights, or self-proclaimed progressive activists who believe that women don't deserve single-sex spaces and that gay people should be shamed for their sexual orientation? I think we can all see what's going on here. If you want to know what true radicalisation looks like, look no further than the opinion columns of the Metro.